after this short delay, Fish and I are back for the first match on the tournament. We have Agent PWE versus Heat Shock. Um, Players are aware that we're um, having them on stream. So before we begin, Fish, tell us a bit about the decks that we're going to see here. What's Agent PWE bringing? We have a mirror?
We have mirrored classes, but we do not have many mirrored decks. So both players have brought Druid, Priest, Shaman, and Warrior. However, Agent PWE's Druid is a spell druid with Kazakusan and Nozdormu the Eternal. And it's really interesting because Nozdormu does not shut Kazakusan off, which is some pretty good synergy. His Priest, similarly, is also a Kazakusan Priest. It's got not Lightmaw Nether Drake as well. It's kind of more of a control-y deck that kind of has its top end as Kazakusan for a win con.
Sure.
The Shaman deck he's brought is Burn Shaman with a Nozdormu in it instead of the usual Primal Dungeoneer.
Sure.
Um, and then his Warrior deck is Dragon Warrior that has Nas in it. So
Okay.
it's it's a lot of it's 3 Kazakusan decks and a Burn Shaman. Um,
Right.
yeah.
I think the interesting deck here that's going to be the big question is actually the aggro druid, the beast druid. Can beast
Yeah.
druid win here? I'm not
It
sure.
against the it should be pretty favored into the Druid, honestly. I've played this matchup. I've run slightly different lists. I run a slightly different list than the one that is being run by Heat Shock, but I had pretty good success with it against Spell Druid last night when I played. Um, s- I think so. If we have a Beast Druid from Heat Shock, we have Quest Priest, so Seek Guidance Priest, which very interesting. Bring it. It's definitely capable of being very strong for sure. And Nozdormo being a 7 drop is quite nice. Sevens tend to be something that you might have some trouble
For
with
sure.
findings. So at least it adds another 7. The shaman deck he has is Quest Shaman, so
Yep.
that does pretty well into quite a few things that Asian PW's brought.
And we
Um,
do start with that quest shaman mirror.
okay, so we have a shaman mirror.
That's
All
our
right,
first match. I am taking a look at the bans while we see this.
sure.
The ban has been
Mm,
the Agent PWE's Kazakusan Druid has been banned, which I don't think is a surprise.
And he shocks Quest Priest.
Heatshock's Quest Priest has been banned. So we're not going to see the Quest Priest, which I am sad about.
Hmm. Yeah. So we have Quest versus Burn Shaman, which has tended to favor Burn Shaman, but it's not an overwhelming
No,
favorite.
definitely
So
not.
we'll see how this plays out. Quest equipped for both players. I wouldn't be surprised to see Coin Dungeoneer here. Definitely.
Yeah. Um the Dungeoneering quest shaman isn't always a big thing nowadays. You most often play multicaster. It's interesting to see that Heatshock is doing a quite a different list.
Yeah, Shock has always been a bit known for doing slightly different lists than other people. Like this deck runs Wild Paw Caverns in it, specifically, which is something that not a lot of lists run. Meanwhile, Agent PWE does have his multicaster down on 4, drawing two cards.
Yep.
Um, and he was able to play one Wind Chill and get Landslide from it.
Nice. By the way, we're just refreshing the stream because, or not the stream, the match because our Hearthstone client decided not to show PWE's cards.
Ah, gotcha. Alright, so first part of the quest is done for Heat Shock. Uh, Agent plays Macaw, which gives him multicaster, so he draws 2 more cards, but no more mana, so it's now Heat Shock's turn. He plays Guidance. He's gonna pick both because, of course, we are playing Quest Shaman
Yeah,
and the quest is not complete. Gonna
you
drop
always
this
pick
now.
both.
Yeah, gonna slap the Slogger on the board, get the extra heal, take a tick on the quest. We're now 2 out of 3 on part 2. Windshield
Nice.
coming out. We're just seeing Agent PWE churn through his deck.
Yeah, that's a lot of draw, and he's setting up for the landslide if he needs to kill it soon. Um,
Yeah.
there's a lot he can do whenever he
Ooh, he
needs to do something.
trades away his overdraft. I mean, we're not looking at combo really anytime soon with his particular hand, but he does
No, no,
have
no.
but he does have 3 burn cards in both
True.
blooms and his frostbite with a Phoenix. Imprisoned Phoenix. He might try to set this up over a couple of turns by playing the Phoenix. Um and getting things. So now we have charge call for a 7-drop, picks Keymaster
Ooh,
Alabaster.
Alabaster.
What a good pickup for Heat Shock. He's able to see what is drawn. It's a 1 mana Brilliant Macaw. That is quite strong.
Yeah, I kind of want to see. Yeah, I was going to say I kind of want to see that Phoenix dropped so you
Mhm.
can prepare for an OTK at some point. You're
Yeah,
going into
agreed.
freeze. The question is, can that random Alabaster win the game?
Yeah, definitely. So we're really seeing also Heat Shock turn through his deck. He was 1 off. He was, I think, 1 tick off of actually completing. He actually could have completed his quest that last turn, but I don't think he necessarily wanted to
No,
because of the fact that his board was frozen. But this
exactly.
Alabaster is just going to prove to be kind of a problem because he's got a lot of really good things coming here, and then the Snowfall does freeze the board again. And next turn this Imprisoned Phoenix wakes up, and so we're going to see quite a lot of damage coming in potentially. An overdraft here for Agent would be massive.
True. I think something
Oh,
to note is
Heatshock
just
plays Caverns. I think he's gonna lose a trigger on it because he played Feral
yeah.
Spirits.
I don't think he minds though. His goal at this point is just to not die, and there's a
Well,
pretty good chance he's dead here.
yeah, he has a lot of damage, and so I think we're looking at almost lethal, if not lethal. I don't know quite yet.
This is lethal.
Oh yeah, this is lethal. Yeah, because the landslides
Yes.
do it.
Yeah, just clear the whole board and hit your opponent in the face, and that's what Burn Shaman does.
Yes, that is. Burn Shaman's quite a deck. Um, The Novice Zapper off the top was what pretty much propelled that, because otherwise he would not have had, uh, the lethal damage.
Yeah, and with that, you have the first win for PWE, putting him ahead of Heatshock. Game 1.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, gotta say, this is so hard to cast.
Yes.
I just don't know. Yeah. Um,
Right.
so now we have the Quest Shaman facing the Kazakusan Priest.
Definitely. So, this is probably a bit of an easier matchup for the Shaman to navigate, because there really isn't combo damage from hand like from Burn Shaman. And he shots in a
Yeah,
pretty deep spot here. He has a pretty nice curve. Um,
he does.
I'm not I'm not sure exactly how this priest, deals will exactly kinda deal with the start. Um, we do see a guidance, but I believe that Sleepbreaker will be the play here. Yeah, we get Sleepbreaker,
Yeah.
probably coining out Wild Pawn next turn. Meanwhile, Horn of Rathian's gonna come out. We'll see a dragon drawn,
That
and
is
we
the
will
dragon
see
you want.
if it is a dragon you want.
Probably just coining Wild Paw here.
Yeah.
Or Feral
Alright,
Spirit.
we're gonna opt for quest completion, okay. We do have quite a lot of quest completion cards here.
Now there's an
Um,
important card. Kazakusan coming out is pretty good.
yeah, it's definitely a big pickup for PWE. Um, there's no he didn't draw it off of something like an insight, so he didn't really get to discount it. But having it for 8 will still be pretty okay here. Pointing
Mm-hmm.
out the Wild Paw Caverns now, which is pretty nice. This deck's gonna start getting some good pressure down,
For
even
sure.
with the Nether Drake only does 3, so the board will get cleared off here. But the 2 more turns of spawning those is gonna be a bit rough.
Oh, I
Looks
don't
like
think you clear yet. You can just wait.
yeah,
I think the
PW is gonna
interesting
wait
part
on
is
clear.
just he has set up so his opponent can gift to the Naru if he's getting faced. This is a big deal because the priest
Hmm.
wants to draw its Kazakusan cards.
Yeah,
That's a really good card. It's not going to live.
Osmani Bloodweaver. Holy wow.
This should just be a dragon, but you might get some discounts.
All right.
Yeah, fast clear here. Just BW needs to make sure his opponent doesn't snowball out of control.
Yeah, definitely wants to not let Ishak go too far out of control here, but we're still gonna see some decent. We're still gonna see one more. We won't see the next part of quest completed here. Probably he'll he's gonna debate
Uh,
on whether to use it. He is going to play it. Yeah, so he'll complete it here with the novice zapper.
I like it.
Yeah, this does leave a pretty favorable dragon turn again. The Lightmaw and Netherdrake could have come in. He could have come in here potentially. Another Condemn is quite nice, but maybe he wants something like a Wave of Apathy instead.
I think the other condemn is pretty good.
Yeah, we're
Just
gonna
a way to
see
clear the board.
Naru come in with a draw. Next turn, he'll just probably slam Kazakusan and try and pick
Oh yeah.
his his things.
If there's any
Um,
chance you can slam Kazakus unpunished, you always do it.
yes. Hmm.
And it does
But
seem to be
this,
the case. You might even just heal your minions with the Gift of Danaru. Looks like a
yeah,
prime Kazakusan spot, but you need to be fast. Choose the secrets fast. And we see a Clockwork Assistant, a Book of the
Book of the
Dead,
Dead,
a
Noyahorn,
Noyo,
Wax
um,
Rager,
and
and
Scales. That's a
yeah,
pretty good one. All of them are.
yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, pretty decent. Gifted Inaru will allow him to draw one of his treasures right away. It is Wax Rager.
It's the
Um,
one you want the least, but to be honest, the important thing here is more preserving the health of your dragons, because they're annoying for you. Doesn't want to have to deal with this.
Agreed. Yeah, we're gonna see Serpent Shrine Portal go face. Likely also see an attack go face. In this, we're gonna see him. We're gonna see Shock trade a 6/4 into a 4/4 just to remove the dragon off the board. Um, for sure.
Now, this
Insight
is a
Insight
clockwork.
comes in, draws Clockwork Assistant. This is pretty good for Agent. He's gonna get a lot of spells.
Yeah. Um.
Oh, he could, yeah, play Wax Rager. Wow, 9/9 minion. That's pretty annoying
Yeah.
for
If
this
you're not
shaman.
dead, which I don't think you are, unless they get a lightning bloom out of the guidance. They didn't.
Yeah, we're gonna get to see Baruch here come down, but oh, we're gonna Lightning Storm. Okay, just gonna remove as much of the board as possible.
And now, interesting. So here's a question for you, Fish, that I don't know. I legitimately don't know. If
Sure.
you, how much overload do you get if you perpetual flame a wax rager?
Um, I don't know actually, because it would keep triggering its death rattle.
It would
Correct.
keep triggering the death rattle. I have no idea. I
Yeah, I
wanted
don't
to see
know.
it. I mean, yes, your opponent would win, but I would want to see that happen just so we get a really
How it
cool scene.
That's really Yeah, that really poses an interesting question. There is enough just to play the minion here, but there's lethal represented on board.
There is.
Yeah. So Heat Shock has to concede because of that.
Yeah.
I wonder if just playing the Brucon and then trying to pop off the next turn with everything might have been a better game plan than what He Shock took. But obviously, it's so difficult to make these decisions to make like perfect decisions with 15 seconds.
Yes.
Really, to real
Oh, it's
with
really
realistically
hard.
like 20-ish seconds to play. Like, so yeah, he's playing the yeah. We're gonna see this come out again. This is a bit more of a favor. This should be a bit more of a favored matchup
For Quest?
for the shaman, but I guess Kazakhstan is just so good, and it's so good
Kazakhstan
it got
changes
he,
everything.
yeah. This isn't a this isn't realistically like a typical control warrior. Typical control warrior really struggles into this deck that Heat Shock
Yes.
has. Um,
Yeah, it's kind of
but
hopeless.
yeah, we're gonna see Note Taker with Primordial.
Yeah, just getting some cards basically. You don't really care what happens to it. It's just
Hmm.
want cards out.
Yep, Heat Shock's probably just gonna play the Wild Paw Caverns here, and they're gonna deal 3 damage to keep
Yeah.
armor off of the warrior.
What is a warrior looking for?
Um,
I actually think the Frost Shield card would be pretty good. I forget the name
a
of it.
frozen buckler. Yeah,
Frozen Buckler. That's what it is.
buckler is insane. It would essentially clear an entire shaman board, no matter what the board is.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So we have our first overload card played on turn 5. This deck is quite a bit behind, unfortunately, for the shaman. It hasn't really drawn any of its cards. We
Nope.
do have a 3-cost Steward Scrolls and a 0-cost Blood Mage Thalnos. Brawl comes in,
Yeah, just getting it clear.
sure, and a 3/4 lives, so technically worst case scenario happens, but it was 50-50 for that to happen, essentially. We do see
Charge call.
Charge Call. Yeah, I think that's probably the best pick here, and you play Thalnos out as well because it's a draw
Yeah.
card, and it makes Bladestorm worse.
Sure.
Um, yeah,
Something to.
What does Mindfield Rancor look like? It's bad now.
It's bad.
Yeah.
This is not looking
Pers-
great for the warrior unless he can get something.
no, it's not.
Again, the shield would be great here. So would Rokara. Rokara would be fantastic. This point.
Yeah, actually, just gonna go ahead and slam Nozdormu here, which does make shield uh shatter quite a bit worse. Agent's gonna have to probably gonna draw look for Buckler. He doesn't find it, armor up, but there's too much damage on board, and Heat Shock has won game 3. His Quest
Shaman.
Shaman is through. Now this warrior has to deal with the rest of Heat Shock's lineup. The Beast Druid probably not going to do so hot into this deck unless it bricks on
Well,
its
if it was
damage,
the
unless it
same
bricks on its
draw,
clears.
we just saw the warrior basically play a worse version of aggro deck.
Agreed.
Because they never even finished the first part of the quest.
Yes, they never did.
No.
So now we have the mirror. Yeah. So there is one card difference in that He Shock's deck runs a provoke, while Agent's deck runs a whatever it's called. I gotta look at it. Sword and Board.
Okay.
So Heat Shock's deck is probably more teched for something like a control-ish matchup like this, while Heat Shock is kind of leaning more towards aggressive decks with that. All right, 1/5 Bulwark has
Um,
been
the good
picked
part
up.
about Sorted Board is just because it's a very good counter to Iron Deep Trog.
True, yeah, for Trog, it's so good into it. You're right.
Um,
But we're gonna see a lot of armor coming in these early turns.
we
Frozen
are.
Buckler has been picked up. Frozen Buckler has been picked up for Heat Shock. He doesn't need to play that really anytime soon.
Oh, he's not. Right now
Yeah,
the
for
goal
sure.
is to equip Outrider's Axe, um, keep armoring up, and then at some point, hopefully be the first one to play Kazakusan. First
True.
person to play Kazakusan is likely the one who wins. And right now, that's going in Heat Shock's favor.
Yeah, he can coin it out on turn 7 if he likes. Buckler here just to keep the hand nice and clean.
Yeah?
Corsair Cash plus cutting class for Agent PWE. Both players have Rokara, but don't want
Yeah,
to
it's
play
not that
Rokara.
important.
It's not super important at this point. Um, Hishak is just gonna have to keep his hand smaller because he's at 9 cards in hand. So technically, he can just sit Barn, but it looks like he'll probably just play his second Buckler here.
Yes.
So yeah,
Just
Frozen
keep
Buckler's a
armoring up.
really yeah Buckler's a really good card.
Definitely.
But Agent's kind of shoot through his first Outriders axe, and now he's equipped the second one. His there's a there's not too big of a discrepancy in armor. It's only technically 5 armor after that activates. Outriders axe picked up for Heat Shock is quite good. Both players just trying to limit the armor of their opponent while gaining their own. And Heat Shock will get to play Kazakusan next turn, while Agent will have to wait until his next turn. So we'll see how
Yeah.
this plays out.
The thing is, playing Kazakusan does mean he takes 8 damage to the face. In the case of
Mhm.
PW.
Yeah.
And if his opponent top decks the right card, it means it's over. But time is going fast.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think that they picked pretty I think that
Uh,
the client kind of lags for us compared
yes.
to them. So, yeah,
Um,
our Ancient Reflections is pretty solid. Wand of Disintegration was also pretty nice. It's difficult to
oh, for sure.
100% pick the
You
right
just don't
things all
have
the
enough
time
time
for
to do
synergy's
everything.
sake. Yeah.
Just trade him, drop the boombox.
Yeah. Getting boom boxes is so good
Oh yeah,
because it's just so much damage if it gets cleared
it's so much
co-
damage.
it's yeah, it's I mean, if people remember uh I forget the name of it, but it's the boom. the
Yeah, the Doctor Boom.
bomb Blastmaster boom.
Yes, it's a wild
So, yeah.
playable card.
It is a wild playable card. oh,
Oh,
eight Ancient Reflections is gonna take bomb bot, so everybody eats bomb damage. Agent with more armor, so we'll see how that affects things.
this is a creative play.
It is.
Now he is just one Ember of Ragnaros away from dying.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah. I don't know if he has a Noyo Horn is pretty solid here as well to play. Yeah.
yeah, and this is just a brawl in whatever you can play. Um,
Probably hero power. Maybe you go overpower over a hero power with a okay, we're gonna shield slam, potentially kill the minion. There's also looming presence, I think, which is nice here. You get to draw cards and gain armor.
yeah, but then your
Yeah,
opponent can do another word.
Yeah, another horn coming out. A lot of
Oh,
3/4s and 2/4s there. That's really good for Heat Shock.
for sure.
And there's no more brawls, I believe, for Agent. No, there is brawls. He's gonna reflections an entire board of 1/1 psychos, psychotrons.
Wow. Yeah, this is happening. I don't even know what to say
There's
here.
I think Blazeform's just really good for Shock here because his
True.
minions won't die and he'll get to deal a lot of damage. And I believe it's lethal. I believe this is lethal with the attacks, right?
I have no idea, and I'm tired. So I think the answer is no. It's
I think
one
he's
off.
one off lethal. Yeah,
So we could just say a Hail Mary, Ambers of Ragnaros here.
probably. Because there is the second pure cold in Heat Shock's hand.
Uh,
Yeah, we're gonna Embers.
yeah. Let's see if it happens.
Hail to you, Ember of Ragnaros. Yup,
It
it's
didn't.
it did not happen. Heat Shock will just get to attack with a minion and end the game. So we're going to game 5.
Wow.
Beast Druid versus Beast Druid versus
Dragon Warrior.
Kazakusan Warrior. Dragon Warrior, yeah.
Nice. So
Nice.
this is where we're at. We have the Beast Druid needing to cross. It's interesting that a lot of players in this position in tournaments would just go with the deck that they know has the smallest chances to see if they win. I like Heat Shock's strategy though, the pump me up strategy. Is if I'm going to get a reverse sweep, I'm going to start with what I'm confident in. I'm going to feel pumped up, and when I get to the third deck that is the hardest one, I'm going to get it through.
Yeah. The Druid definitely but is the pretty much the weakest deck into this because there's so much clear in this
Oh yeah.
warrior.
It's not good. It's not a good matchup or
No,
even
it's not a good
close to
matchup.
good.
Yeah, like Agent doesn't keep Kazakas in this matchup. He wins this by exhausting the resources of Heat Shock's deck. Heat Shock did throw away a Druid of the Reef, which I am a bit surprised with. I think Druid of the Reef is a really good card on one.
It
Um,
doesn't win enough against. It's a great card on one in most matchups. Against Warrior, there are more important cards, I would say.
yeah, I mean, I understand that for sure, but he doesn't have. But now he just doesn't really have anything. He's gonna coin out the kennels here.
Oh, that's really
Um,
good. Just getting an early kennels and starting to get those two.
Definitely, just lowering the cost of Frost Saber Matriarch in totality is such a good thing to do.
Yeah, and I think there's a really important card in this matchup, and that is
Oracle,
it's Outrider's Axe. You want to
yeah,
make
Outrider's
sure
Axe is really big.
Oracle is probably the best card in Druid right now. That and Arbor up. So
Yeah,
the fact that you have Axe means you're going to have enough draw to do whatever you want.
yeah, agreed. Which one shield shatter here is so devastating, but there's no shield shatter so far. There is Rancor, but it cannot be played. Rancor would clear up most of the board here. Next turn. So let's see what Heshot can get. Finds Acorn, which he can play and cast one of and play and cast his Acorn, but this is just gonna be so much armor next this turn. Frost Saber Matriarch coming in. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, but that Rancor is looking absurd.
This Rancor is absurd. For sure. That is 12 armor for the warrior,
And
and
you
he gets
draw
to
a
swing into
card.
the floor too. The Matriarch didn't even get played. He didn't have enough time to play it in. But
Or space.
which is fine. He had the board space because the kennels didn't activate until after the turn. This is nice. We're gonna get to see Matriarch, Double Owl, Marcel Cub, and a composting. And there's another one that's gonna get drawn because this is from Moonlit Guidance. So we will see one drawn
Yeah.
here. So pretty nice plays here for Hishak. He gets to draw more, which is nice. However, that with the sword and board, I believe that was a top deck pickup.
Yes.
Devastating to remove the hand. No arbor ups coming in to really prevent things like Rancor from just ending the game.
Yeah, this is looking pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie.
It is. There's all the clear in the hand, like for the warrior, and there is draw, which is good. There is composting to get draws out, so this beast druid should essentially see its entire deck.
Yeah.
It's just whether or not it'll ever matter. Something I can say probably won't matter. This because
No.
don't even have to use rank, don't even have to use like any shatters or anything like that. Just my field clears the board completely.
I
Draws
agree.
draws for the druid. The thing is that this Nas needs to come down with other minions. And I believe that Heshok's not gonna overdraw, which is quite good for him. He's playing exactly how he should be playing Heshok. He's doing his best to make boards that can stay alive, but they're just not gonna really be allowed to stay alive,
No.
unfortunately.
No.
Now there's a little respite here. Heshok will get to play some damage. We'll get some damage in next turn, but it just isn't a lot. The taunt minion in the way gonna be a pain in the butt.
Yeah, you
Um,
can use Oracle and Druid of the Reef, but do you really want to start wasting cards at this point?
no, but with
And not
second
enough
mate,
time.
but with second, yeah,
Oh,
Heat Shock is just recognizes he's kind of in a losing position, and lack of arbor up. His arbor ups were sitting in the bottom of his deck too. Like I think if
yes.
he got an arbor up, I think there's a potential. And Mulverick was also like something you could have worked with there potentially as well. But unfortunately, he just doesn't get there, and Agent PWE gets through to the next round.
It's the classical problem of Nozstone as well. It's just not enough time.
Yeah.
Um, Now we are going to hop into a match as it is happening, just to see what's going on. Check it out. Have a chat about what is going on. So don't take a look at the screen too much. I will be fixing it during the match. We're going to hop in to Super Murloc versus Gypsy Finn. We're going to take a quick look at Murloc's side of what is going on.
All
Or
right.
wait, is he playing offline?
Is he?
At least I don't
Or
have
do,
him
or do you
listed.
just not? Or do you just not have Murloc added? Oh, I don't have him added either.
No, I have him added.
Uh, yeah, I know. I don't see him online, but I don't. Can you play
You
matches
can play offline.
offline?
Yeah, you can hide.
Yeah, I mean, I know you can play offline, but I didn't think you could play actual like
Oh,
friendly matches offline. I didn't know.
good question.
I guess you can. Um, it's the set is currently 2-2. I don't know which classes have won and which haven't, so we'll see.
So we are going to hop into Ariana 20's match against
Oh, okay,
Gus.
cool. I need to add Ariana and Scus.
I need to add Gus, but this should be their final match. It's
Okay.
going to be a quick one.
Hmm.
We have Ariana's Warrior versus Gus's Warlock.
Gotcha.
Now, stay with me as I'm fixing the screen, everyone. Going as fast as I can.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any of the players
Oh, it's fine.
added, so I
Um,
cannot see the match. But
it is a quest lock versus Control Warrior, which used to
interesting.
be very, very quest lock favored, but recently both Charge and Kazakusan can do quite a lot of trouble for Warlock.
Yeah, Zakazun just causes trouble for everybody. but
right?
Charge Warrior, because of the combo, gives it clock into the decks. Yeah. All right.
No response by Scott yet, so we won't be able to see his hand for now. But
Yeah.
do get to see what is going on from Ariana's side. We have just the Dragon Warrior doing Dragon Warrior things for now. Getting some draw
Nice.
to cutting class, preparing for future plans. It is the Dragon version, so we do have a Kazakhstan deck.
Yes.
Okay, Bread Baker is sometimes played. It's not a very mainstream card nowadays.
Yeah, Baker isn't generally played in Warlock unless you're expecting Quest Hunter. Also, Hellfire isn't a usual inclusion. This is wait, is this a quest? This is a quest owl lock?
Oh, discuss Adu?
No, but his list is quest owl lock.
Oh, interesting. I've never
Yeah,
heard of
so that's
that.
why I'm guessing that's why Baker's run. I think Baker's more common in
Yes.
owl lock. So yeah,
What did he
it's an
cut?
owl. It's an owl deck. He's running curse. Okay, so this is like Curse of Agony deck. I don't know what got cut. I wish I could tell you. Um, there's definitely some interesting cards in here that I'm not used to seeing, but I can't put my finger on what the actual deck looks like. Let me. I don't, and I don't believe I have an owl lock in my collection right now to check with.
Sure.
So,
Does he have Rod?
um, yes, double rod.
Okay. So at least it makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, I can send you it here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, I guess we want to. So, are we gonna wait to update on the brackets?
Do we have the match ready? The next match?
When are we? Which match is next? Are we doing the lower bracket
We're
match?
doing the lower bracket match.
Yeah, that match is ready. Gypsy
Okay.
is nails. Nails swept. And Gypsy Finn took the 3-2 over Super Murloc.
Okay, so we're going to hop onto that match right
Sure.
after this is over.
Sure. Yep. I added Gypsy Finn, and I already have nails added.
I don't know how long this will take.
Wait, I did. Did they already start?
It's fine.
I'm gonna check.
They already
Okay.
started, but we can hop in the middle. Don't
Okay.
worry about it. We've done this over and over before.
hmm Well, I'll be able to sit and spectate nails' side of it while we wait. While we do
Sure.
this.
Oh, can you send me Gypsy Finn's tag?
I don't. Oh, it's different than it was. The name is different. I'm gonna message Bite Sized AC to get the tag.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Fish.
Welcome.
So we have a Sword board here. Ariana 20 is just piling up the armor to try to survive an owl turn. The thing is, whenever that owl turn comes, if they manage to get the Tamsin owl turn, it's going to be a problem. But the Wicked Shipment was burnt. The Warlock had a full hand and could not get a Wicked Shipment. He does have another one.
Hmm.
And let's see if there's an owl turn happening here. There's the Tamsin. There's the Phylactery. We do have a double Phylactery for this would be 80 damage. This is enough if he managed to get it off. The question is, how does he kill everything? He doesn't, and there's enough time for Onyxia to be dropped on the board. Wow, if Onyxia gets dropped, this might actually mean the Warrior survives, which fascinates me to no extent. But there's not enough time. Ah. Oh, that was. Oh, there was enough time for a lot to happen, actually. Only two or four procs remain, and there's still Bulwark on board. The Warlock is trying to do his best to get a turn. Um, does manage to get to kill Onyxia, does he? This is a very weird match. Okay, so Onyxia does survive. Likely we're going to see a Noz slammed here. This would be a pretty good Noz slam. Yeah, Noz hits the board. 8-8 body is now in. And the Owllock didn't manage to get any of his DOA damages to hit.
Gotcha. So, yeah, get not being able to guarantee the damage is quite rough.
Yeah. Curse of Agony happened. Do
Hmm.
have it shuffled in deck. We can see a minefield into a buckler or something just to make sure you clear. Or even Outrider's Axe, just take some damage.
Hmm.
Although Agony does come in. Now, Agony has an interesting effect that I never realized. Did you know, Fish, the animation for Curse of Agony is very slow?
I did not know that. I have not seen. I've seen the card played before, um, but I wasn't 100% sure about it, animation wise.
Yeah, the animation is super slow. And what that means is actually that means you might skip your opponent's turn by playing it in a format like this. The secret tech that no one actually thought about. Or maybe Scus did. It appears to have been not that bad of a choice. Um, Still going for a draw. Ariana 20 is really looking for that. What's the name? Um, I forgot the name of the card now. For Kazakusan. Then there's no more Curse of Agony. Another owl hits the board, and that does mean more face damage incoming, and another Curse of Agony. So really looking for Kazakus here for Ariana 20. Kazakusan soon would be a win. And the Warlock is out of cards. And is starting to take fatigue damage. There's going to be a quest completion soon. Um, can the Warrior win here? Not when you don't have enough time to do whatever you want to do. No way to kill the owl actually, which means that owl survives another turn and hits for 8. This is not good for Ariana. Um, unless there's something I'm not seeing, this might be it. Very close game, but just ending with a teams. Now there is a Kazaku-san, so we might see next turn something crazy happening the other way. where the agonies are gone, but at this point, is fatigue too late? I think it might be. You do see here that the quest is done. Wow, what a match. Um, it was a very long match, but a great one indeed.
Hmm.
There's a 6 and a 7, and agony. You need something good here. Para Bladestorm does clear the board and might be your out, but you don't have two turns, which I think implies that Ariana 20 loses because no fast enough Kazakhstan. Crazy turn of events, but the fatigue quest lock does actually. What was this match? Yeah, and Curse of Agony kills the warrior actually. Somehow the weird deck won. Guess I was wrong. A better deck than I expected. We will hop into who is the match that we're hopping into, Fish? Tell me you've been watching.
Nails versus uh, Gypsy Finn or Gefilte Finn. Nails is currently about to wrap up game number two I don't know if it's two or three, but his Kazakh's injured gets through against Libram Paladin. Um, so Nails was really playing with less than 10 health from the majority of what I saw because I had to step away for that one.
Sure.
But the Hunter has won for Gypsy Finn, and the Druid has one for Nails. And
Okay,
I'm guessing that's the only two that have been played.
so Nails is bringing the warrior, druid, priest, and warlock lineup, which is fairly common lineup, I would say. Just good
Yeah.
classes can do a lot of things. We're going to see it a
Yeah.
lot this week in THL, I'm sure.
Hmm. Nails is bringing what looks to be something like a fatigue lock uh for his warlock deck. Um
Nice.
so it's not running anything higher than Nas. But it's running quests and everything, so it looks like it's uh
Sure.
definitely it looks like it's fatigue warlock. But
Um,
he's coming out with his because he's coming out with his aggro shadow priest deck.
Now, did you look at the deck for Gypsy Finn that was banned?
Yeah, mage,
We had a ping
mage,
mage.
ping mage band and dragon warrior band.
Nice. There's some fun
Yeah,
decks. I
for
I
sure.
like that we're actually seeing fun decks here.
Yeah, I like it too. He also has a pretty good opening here, especially against paladin. Peasants are very difficult for paladins to deal with.
For
It
sure.
sometimes forces out early broomstick.
Were you
Um,
able to get Gypsy Finn's
I
tag?
wasn't
Oh, it's fine.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able
We'll
to.
just hop to
Yeah,
nails.
definitely. I can check THL and see if they join, but they're probably yeah. It feels a lot more difficult to get people added during Nas matches because they're all playing very fast, as opposed to a regular match where it's a bit easier to get in contact with somebody if you don't have their battle tag
Yeah.
because there's longer time to respond. Um,
So we are watching the match now. We have
we
Nails and the
are
Priest. I am fixing the stream as we go. Nails and the
yeah,
Priest versus Gefilte Finn on the
interesting.
Paladin.
Yeah, So Nail's able to keep the peasant alive on the board, and now he's gonna have double peasant with a guardian og merchant. Uh, Phil to Finn opting for a coin hero power on one into a hero power on two. So nothing. The hand is probably pretty dead from what we're looking at.
Yeah.
Nail's just gonna keep the board clear. Gonna go tour guide hero power with the neophyte. Just apply as much pressure as possible as the priest.
And stops the Samuro. Coin Samuro
Yeah,
is the only way you can clear this board, and
yeah.
right now you cannot.
And coin is gone anyways. Coin was used on turn one, so broomstick here is going to be able to clear off the two peasants,
But they
but there's
can come
still
back.
yeah. Now we have raised dead from nails on this turn potentially, plus also getting to draw with the scepter
Yeah.
draws a void shard. So we're looking at some heavy damage fast. Gonna opt to play
Yeah.
the freshman to not play into Samuro. I like that. I like that a
I
lot
like
from
it.
Nails. Also, staggers the peasants,
Yes.
which is pretty good.
Um,
Banana Man comes down.
this is this over? I can't do
It
math that
is
fast.
it is lethal. It is
It is
lethal.
lethal, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
it is
Nails just
lethal.
goes tour guide hero power wins. Yeah.
Wow. Fast game.
Yeah, Nails winning on turn 5 with aggro Shadow Priest. Doesn't even have time to play his Benny. And
No.
now Stormroot's nowhere near getting played. So Nails takes a 2-1 lead in the series, only having to win now with his Warlock.
Okay. So we now do have an update. I just put question marks while I wasn't sure what was on.
Mhm. So it has
Now,
Nails.
is this Libram Paladin or is this actually buff Paladin?
It's Libram, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
Okay.
it's Libram Pally. Yes, we have this is Aggro Druid versus Nails' deck. This should be pretty favored, I think, for Nails. Because his deck runs a lot of clear, although it doesn't this deck is gonna be kind of reliant on things like it's gonna be pretty reliant on things like Soul Ren, but I think the touch of the Nathrazim on one to remove the Trog is very, very strong.
For
Could
sure.
opt to maybe oh, there was a disconnect on some end. So we will see
Ooh.
what happened. I would guess Nails disconnected because I didn't see Nails just automatically play touch of the Nathrazim. Hopefully the game allows him to take a
I believe it
turn.
should restart your timer.
Yeah. So we'll just restart from the rope again when the person who disconnected comes back.
It should be. That said, Hearthstone Client does whatever it wants, as we all know, and have
Yeah.
experienced time and time again. But while we're waiting, here's some of the things you can do if you want to wait. Oh, okay. So here's some of the things you can do if you want to play on stream this week. Fish, how is stream looking right now?
Right now for Thursday, I don't have any matches for Thursday Throwdown yet, but
Nice.
I have of slots available at 8 p.m., 9 p.m., and 10 p.m. Eastern time. And that would be following after Wild and Out.
Awesome. If you want to play on stream, maybe this is the week to try it out. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it helps you potentially get into the March Madness tournament because people who play on stream more, I
True.
think they have a better chance of making that tournament, which will be held during the off season.
Yeah.
All right, so Nails ripping backfire, coining out the slinger to remove one of the 1/3s. Does
Yeah,
give
just
does give the druid a draw and get opt to bump, which is good. So that way it can't evenly trade into the 2/1 and survive. Second Trog coming out now. We do see Soul Rend in hand. So it's gonna be pretty good here for Nails. He'll be able he's gonna opt to not even bother. He'll
no,
just
no,
drain Soul. Yeah, no reason to rip the Soul Rend, I suppose, here. Just clear off this Annoyotron. Dreadlich Tamsin in hand coming in is very nice. Hysteria. There's a lot of good stuff here for Nails.
for sure.
Clothery Adept to deal the 3 damage. We're gonna ignore the 1/1, which is perfectly fine. There's no reason to really have to deal with it.
Um, yeah, you can honestly care right above the board and still win.
Yeah, as we get 2 draws off of Multicaster. Gonna opt for the tap here. Nails is just gonna try and complete quest as fast as he can.
Yeah, it's just the fact that there isn't much his opponent win.
Yeah, the druid, we can't see their hand, but just one fell swoop from this Tamsin is pretty much just gonna end the game at the fact that there's
Pretty
no
much.
second composting. One card's gonna get drawn, but um there's gonna be a 3/1 that survives, and so and Nails is gonna go up to I believe Nails will have a full hand, but he's not gonna care about milling.
No, milling with fatigue lock is
Is fine.
fine as long as you don't lose your quest. This is not a card you super wanted to mill, but it's
Yeah. That's a really good card for holding um a really good card to completing towards quest.
now this is around the point his opponent seeds, I would say, because
Yeah,
there's
Nails is gonna be able to just do so much here with Tamsin to remove the board. S- He's gonna be able to even hold the second Drain Soul just to play Slinger instead.
yeah,
An Armor Vendor to armor up. Nails can even just slam Nozstone next turn, and that should just be able to keep pushing the 8 damage. Um,
that's true.
yeah.
There's a
Drekthar gets
Drekthar.
played. There was no minions pulled. Okay. And it concedes. So there we go. Nails takes 3 in a row to advance to finals. I
Why?
wonder. I don't know how the match between Scus and Ariana has
Oh,
ended.
so there was a mistake here.
What?
Drekthar doesn't work with Nostormu.
It doesn't. You're right.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, Drekthar. Yeah. So Nails has moved on, and Agent PWE and Ariana are playing their match now, so I guess we'd have a good chance. I have both players haven't even started yet.
Nope.
So we could definitely get that match on stream. I just need to reset my client
So
because
do
that
I.
crashed it.
So do I.
Yeah. But yeah, looks like we're gonna be able to watch all of Agent versus Ariana 20. Um and then we'll get to watch the grand
Or
finals.
versus Cuss, right?
No, Ariana
Oh wait,
20
Ariana?
won the match. Yeah, because it was 2-1 when Scuzz took that. And then Ariana took game 5. Yeah, both players hanging out in menu. They'll probably challenge up soon. Nails is the only player so far who has yet to go to 5 games in a match. Every other match went to 5 in the first round, and Nails just won 3-1.
Okay. I will prepare the stream. Um, I'll dash.
All right.
Uh, Nas tourneys are an ops nightmare. I gotta say
They
this.
are. They really are. Yeah, it's like during the first match, I have to set during like usually during the first game, I have to like set up everybody's stuff, even in a regular tournament.
Yeah, it's just
Y-
we
Yeah,
already take a lot of time of setup that we try to hide from everyone because otherwise y'all won't like us. But
yeah,
this makes it impossible.
for sure. Yeah, it's easier when it's easy when you have days in advance to prepare matches
Oh yeah,
because oh yeah, I can just go ahead and take my free time to do my entire setup,
for
look
sure.
behind the scenes.
Just
You know,
don't need to show
look.
the to anyone.
Yeah, we just kind of magically appears.
Exactly.
Yeah. So players are challenged. Just gonna wait for the eyeballs to come in. When they
Do we know the
do,
bands?
I can check the bands. So Ariana's shaman is ban. It's double shaman.
Okay,
Both
we're
players,
not
both
going to the
players bringing
shaman.
burn shaman. Both players banning burn shaman. Ariana has quest rogue. It's the same. It's probably the same. Oh, Ariana also brought Drekthar aggro druid.
With Drekthar?
So yeah, so I'm guessing that hoping that she's banking on having Nozdormu drawn and potentially even played before.
Well,
Uh,
or most likely she just forgot.
yeah, S- and so we have the same Dragon Druid deck for both players, slightly different lineups, but it's essentially the same deck.
Okay, we're hopping
Oh
into the
wait,
match.
notably, Ariana actually forgot Nas in the unless unless she changed it. Unless there's some way to change that her warrior doesn't actually have Nas in the list on the.
Oh, so the rules is technically. Oh,
So I
and now
guess
we're
that
kicked
there's a.
out of the client.
Oh, okay. I got invited by somebody to
Probably
spectate. So
PWE.
yeah,
The Hearthstone client. Always pulling a good prank on us. I'm trying to spec. Don't worry, everyone. We're trying our best.
yep. All right, both players in. So I'm guessing for Drekthar, if Nas is in the hand, I wonder if Drekthar is actually active because it says in deck. I'm not sure if
It
deck
is.
also
It
includes the
is.
hand. Oh, okay.
It's active.
Nice.
And I'm
If
out of.
Ariana, so if Ariana 20 does draw Drekthar in the next turn, it will be active because Nas is in hand.
Yeah, for some reason, Hearthstone client is not liking me a lot right now.
Hmm.
Uh, hoping it likes me at some point so we can get to watch the
Hmm.
match. I don't know why it is kicking me out every few. So,
Hmm.
worst case, Fish is going to describe it while we try to watch.
Sure. Yeah, I can also do this, but I know you're not going to be able to show it on the screen. But I could share my screen in Discord.
Oh, sure. Yeah, if that becomes a problem.
Yeah. So Agent just played a big Rancor, but
Yes.
there was indeed a sorry. There's a composting on it. So now we're gonna get to see a rebuilt board with trogs and all this other stuff. Pretty much just hoping that Agent doesn't have any clears with on this, which he actually doesn't right now.
No?
He does draw the Corsair to get an Outrider's Axe, but that doesn't even remove anything. It just removes a Trog.
I think more importantly, it draws a card,
Yeah,
which
the
we're all
drawing of the card
right.
is the best part. Definitely. Oh, Brawl picked up. That'll be very handy next turn. But Ariana's gonna get a lot of damage in here with this Arbor up.
Exactly. That's just a bunch of punches in the face.
Yeah, it is.
Now,
Gonna
there's a
be
brawl.
15 down to 15. So Brawl gonna get ripped. It's gonna get played here very likely. Yep. And then
Yeah.
whatever survives, pending it's not Oracle of Elune, will get removed with the wow. A Trog didn't survive, so actually you don't. So it's actually a bit unlucky. If the Trog had survived, I believe that would have triggered,
It would have
and there would have
triggered.
been two
Yes.
Trogs, and there would have been two Trogs on the board. So Oriana would have at least had something for this turn. Probably Nas and hope no Bladestorm.
Well, we do see a heavy blade into the Onyxian Drake.
Yeah, it's a more expensive shield slam with a
Pretty
body.
much.
Yeah, but Ariana recognizing how unwinnable that it's pretty much unwinnable from this point, and
Yeah.
opts to go to next, which is perfectly fine. The warrior is so strong into any aggro deck that's brought because deck's built to beat it. Oh my gosh! So my client actually crashed again. Yeah, it did.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Hearthstone.
Yeah, this one is
This is
doing a
one of the
lot
bad
more than
ones.
just okay. Never mind. Never mind. I think I'm still okay. Okay, yeah, yeah. They moved so fast in between matches to select decks that it froze my client.
Yeah.
So we have Priest versus Druid. A bit. I think this is going to be a bit more of a winnable matchup for Ariana.
I
Probably
agree.
can probably opt to just keep. Like, there's a world where you can just keep Nas off of this just to have Drekthar active, but I might just want to toss Nozstone back. Yeah, tosses it back, gets Drekthar, has to hope to draw Nas for Drekthar to be active, but might have already figured it out from the past matches how it works.
Maybe.
Yeah, so Shard of the Naru traded.
We know what might happen, but I don't know if they know it.
Yeah. The coining out the adorable infestation is quite good.
Yeah. Makes it a 2-3.
Picks Nas up. So the turn 4 will actually get to see Drekthar very likely. Um, get to see a big yellow ring around it. Just gonna get a full board here for the druid.
Yeah.
Not even needing to play Drexthar next turn. Just gonna keep this
Well,
big
we do
board.
see the Nether Drake
We do see the Nether
here.
Drake, and indeed has Shadow and Holy. So bang, board is
Yeah.
board is refilled.
With the Nozstone.
Yeah,
Now, palm reading. Fortitude is pretty nice.
Fortitude's nice. Yeah, get a bigger minion, but it doesn't really do much. It doesn't. It's not. No lethal is represented next turn. Even not even Arbor up wins the game, but Hothead for sure is a big pickup.
Sure.
Double Crimson Hothead is just taunts in the way, and that's very annoying for this. This very annoying for this druid to get through.
Yeah. Well, there's a Claw Fury Adept and a Mark of the One. So
Yeah, won't be too bad.
it won't be that bad.
Yeah.
But will mean some damage does go to the face.
Yes. This Trickthar will have to get dealt with, obviously, but it looks like wow, the Condemn is a really good pickup here. Soul Mirror also a nice card. Deliverance will give a 3/3 copy of Drekthar to Asian PWE.
Yeah, good enough.
Thrive in the Shadows for Shard. Yeah, this is going to remove most of the board, and this is very bad position for the Druid again.
And not
Just so
much.
much board.
The
Yeah, the
priest
power
is
word
super
Fortitude.
favored into.
Yeah, Priest is generally pretty favored.
I think Troll Priest. It's unclear how good it is for now. There are also
Hmm.
a ton of builds. Really knows what's going on with it. The main problem
Yeah,
with it is Burn Shaman because just flop to burn.
yeah, yeah. In Conquest, you could just ban it though. And Agent's already up 2-0.
Yeah, yeah.
With just having to get through his Kazakhstan Druid now has to win. So this matchup is pretty favored for the aggro deck. Very
Yes.
likely. There are sets of circumstances where um developing. I mean, there is Feral Rage in the deck. Um so and Moon Touched Amulet. So there are ways for agent to deal with the damage, to deal with the boards, I should say.
Even Best in Shell can be, but
Yeah,
not
Best in
now.
Shell. Yeah, that'll be good. It'll be good later. Just gonna
Trying to
set the
just loot clips.
yeah. Just gonna make sure to remove the peasant so there's no extra draws. But Agent PWA has okay, both Lunars in hand. So the Moot Lit Guidance really get it. Yeah, just gonna see the board get filled up, but this second Lunar is gonna be good into that with the Fungal Fortunes.
Yeah,
Gonna draw 3. Any and no minions drawn means nothing removed.
and some of the cheat mana cards there.
Yes. So Kazakhstan drawn would mean that Kazakhstan played because it's at 4 mana. So agent would be able to go Lightning Bloom, Innervate Coin.
Yeah, there's
It's
also
gonna
a very important card that's Scale of Unique, and
Scale
that
of Onyxia is very good.
yeah, if he gets it, that closes the game. Either Onyxia
Yeah,
or Scales.
yeah. Arbor Up though is gonna pose a problem that requires that answer.
Yes, sure.
Um, and not so we're gonna Moonlit. We're gonna find Best in Shell, so we'll probably see that coin innervated out.
Yeah, taunts on the way for now since you didn't
Hmm.
draw exactly what you
Yeah,
have time to
for
get it next
sure.
turn.
Bone Shore Brawler picked up. See what gets drawn. Drekthar gets drawn. Drekthar get
Okay.
played. Pack Mule. Agent in a not so good spot now in this game.
No, really
Um
needs
un,
the scales.
yeah, no scales picked up. Gonna Moonlit Guidance. Finds the scales, lightning blooms it out. This will clear a decent chunk of the board up. It won't remove the whole board as far as I can see, but it'll clear up a lot of the taunts and get rid of the 4/1s, which is very crucial.
One of the four.
One of the 4/1s, which means that still we're looking at okay. Is that lethal? That should be no. It's almost
Wow.
lethal.
Close.
Yeah. No, it's exact.
Is it
Five
exact?
five 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 and
Oh yeah,
five
it
because
gives you
does it for
attack as
everything.
well.
Yeah.
Wow.
I d- so exact lethal. The aggro druid on its third try gets through.
Well, this is
Now
a
this
very, very good dagger.
exactly. Yeah. So now we have Quest Rogue and the Control Warrior left into this druid. Um, the Quest Rogue, I believe, is pretty okay into the deck. Into this deck, it
Yeah.
depends on how fast it goes. Most board based decks are pretty solid into the druid. The warrior might have a bit of an issue. Um, but we'll see.
There
Yeah.
is an earlier Kazakusan, correct?
Hmm.
That's going to be pretty good for the Druid. The fact that you can probably get a Kazakusan, um, definitely a few turns before it should happen.
Definitely, yeah, because we're gonna see Cold Tooth Mine to draw it, and then we're gonna
Yeah.
be able to play Overgrowth on turn 4. Fungal Fortunes now means that there's no minions left in deck, so it'll always draw 3 cards next turn. SI7 Agent coined out to start playing out start playing out the cards for the deck
Yes.
for the quest. I would just assume we're gonna see SI7 Operative here, but we might trade or equip the weapon. Okay. The other option was to like trade the weapon, but there's no spells, and then play Skulker instead.
No.
Skulker might have been better just because if you got something like Spiomatic, you could control the draw. Um, this seems fine though. Yeah, Nature Studies is probably the best draw to give. We're gonna see all the damage going face, and Kazakusan, unless Innervator Bloom is drawn, won't come out until next turn.
No, but
Which,
there's a swarm of blowflies.
but Glowfly for sure is good here. Yeah, yeah. Bog Beam being picked up is solid. It
Yes.
really takes away a lot of damage possibilities.
Yeah.
Um, Extortion. We're gonna see the deck. We're gonna see a lot of this board traded off.
Yeah, we're just going to finish the quest on the side.
Definitely.
Um, the question is, can you afford your Agent PWE? What you
Can you afford
want
the
to do is
Kazakusan?
quite clear. Can you afford to Kazakhstan? I
I
think you
think
have to.
his answer is gonna be yes. I think that's the resounding yes of playing Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
Because he did it. He was highlighting it before Ariana's turn was over, so I assumed he just dropped it and played. Yeah, that's a good one. Pure Cold would have been potentially fine as well there. Locust is great.
Really looking for
Yeah.
one though, and Queldalar. There was a Queldalar, wasn't it? No, yeah, there
Uh
was.
yeah, he picked
It's an 8 card
Queldalar.
deck.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to see quite a lot played here though. It's gonna really put the pressure on this really gonna put the pressure on this druid. SI7 Informant's gonna be a 10-10.
Yeah.
9 there. Has to remove. Swiss Army Knife.
Gale's removed.
Gnomish, sorry, Gnomish Army Knife. The staff of scales just so clutch. Gets to remove the entire board.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of minions. Just a lot of
Um,
minions removed. Scabs coming down next turn though.
we are gonna
Okay,
see scabs.
you can scabs double noggin. Scabs
Well,
double
you're only
noggin
going to noggin
is
once, I think. Play something like the other stealth.
why wouldn't you noggin twice?
Oh,
It
you can
would
do it over 2 turns. It's just better to wait. No good
I
reason not to.
I guess
He.
because of the armor. Agent's just gonna get to play armor this turn.
Oh yeah, he's
I
just
was
going
thinking
feral
I
age.
was thinking like if your opponent doesn't armor up, their best armor without armor cards is 11, and so you could put scabs to 11 attack and force lethal essentially. But we're gonna see a lot of armor here from the druid. It's gonna get really bad
Yeah.
pretty fast for the rogue. Unfortunately, it feels like. But the 3 mana smuggler might be pretty okay here. Honestly, we'll see what it gets. It's gonna probably get an 8 cost card, 8
Well, it
cost
gets an
minion,
8 and a
a
9.
9. It gets a 9. Yeah,
Oh, and a 10 actually.
9 and a 10. That's
And the
pretty good.
10 has stealth, possibly.
Yes,
Oh
it's
no, it doesn't
okay.
need to have stealth. Um,
It's gonna be the yeah, this isn't too bad for this isn't too bad for Ariana at this point. The
no,
staff of scales though is just so important that
that's the
it's like
problem.
the
There,
staff can't remove the stealthers though. That's the thing.
no, you're going to need to drop and hope five.
Gonna play Feral Rage to armor. Yeah. Gonna survive a few more turns, I guess, now. Hidden Gyro Blade will remove the remaining two snakes.
Yeah.
And now it's just hoping that there's no like double locust essentially. Gets a pounce, so that's extra attack. We're gonna opt to play Fizz Flash on one of the minions. They're gonna yeah, I don't mind this play at all. Just wanna kill off the minion, but you wanna set the poisonous guy to hand. Yeah, this is setting up a very difficult situation for the druid. There's no armor. There's
What are the
no
cards
armor
in
in
the deck?
there's Quel'Dalar. We're gonna see it. Staff of Scales, which gets Staff of Scales. Oh, he Moonlit Guidance out Staff of Scales. That's gross. Now
So,
double now Locust over 2 turns just essentially wins the game, but can essentially almost just win the game. And the Rogue is top decking.
well, you do need to play Noma Charming or Taunt.
Yeah, you're right. An agent an agent's gonna be drawing into fatigue here.
Yeah.
Can he? Yeah, he's gonna get the taunter. Yeah,
He could
but
just white and
I don't
bloom
think he
Quel'Dalar.
does. He? Oh yeah, Quel'Dalar is super strong. You're right.
Oh, and there's lifesteal. I forgot about lifesteal.
Yeah. Does he? I don't know if he's. I guess Locust makes it so he wins.
He wins as long as his opponent doesn't draw what Wicked Stab. There it is, and it's over.
There's Wicked Stab. Wicked Stab off the top. Wow, nice
Wow.
draw. That's usually a one of in the deck. So but it's a two of, and
No, it's a
Ariana
two of
runs two.
recently. Most
It's been a
people have
two of.
changed it to.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
It's
I think
just
I was.
reach.
I think, yeah,
The deck has
good
gotten a lot
reach.
more aggressive, so it plays a more important role.
Yeah, agreed. I like this version of Questurg. I wasn't a big fan of the version that runs like Smite and Edwin. That's such a complicated version to play. It's a lot when you can simplify the deck and have it still work. That's good.
It's because
Here we
you've got a
go.
very busted 3 drop instead.
Yes, for sure. So we've got Ariana on the warrior versus Agent Still on the druid. This
Now,
is the same thing that happened against Heat Shock. The druid one of Agent's decks had such a hard time getting through.
that's a
We
targeting strat. Like a lot of the
yeah.
decks targeted Kazakhstan Druid.
Mhm.
The problem is Warrior doesn't. And this might be a
No.
very early Kazakhstan, especially if there's a Guff or Ramp. Guff is the
Yeah.
best card in the deck, according to
Yes.
literally all metrics. And there are
Oh my
two
gosh.
Solars.
Guff is like Guff and Overgrowth and Lightning Boom are like the three most busted cards I've ever seen Druid have.
They're pretty bad. This is just going to mean next turn if you want.
Kazakhstan next turn.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just Kazakhstan next turn, honestly.
right? Turn
Like
4 Kazakhstan's pretty good.
what is the warrior gonna do against it? Like it's so brutal.
And you have both your
It looks like Agent might just go for a different line here. Yeah, he'll go for a different line. He doesn't I guess he feels no rush to play Kazakas in here. He wants to get through more of his deck,
true.
which is fine.
That's fair.
Yeah.
In particular, in the Control Warrior matchup, you can just put them out of resources before Kazakhstan.
Yeah. Difficult thing is a lot of these removal cards that Warrior wants to play just aren't really playable
Nope.
because there's no minions really realistically minions coming down. But once Kazakuzen gets played, they're usually like there's usually you usually need to pick some form of minions with Kazakuzen. So now we see it come out here. We could even see a potential pouch as well.
I don't know
See
if
what
we want the
gives.
pouch necessarily.
Locusts for the last one. Could have picked Boom. I guess the other option is to play the Booms. The Locust is just a lot of damage to face. On a empty board. It's like It's like
Yeah.
28 damage twice. It's 28 damage over 2 plays.
I
But
didn't even see what everything was. We had a holy book, a reflections, a locust, a looming presence, and a spyglass.
yes. So Holy Book is pretty interesting. It playing into when Kazakazin gets played by Ariana here. Um, it's
Yeah,
nothing. No treasures playable, but can opt to just like hero power and play Moon Touched Amulet potentially and attack.
yeah, that looks good
Yeah,
enough.
looks fine. No Kazakazin in hand for the warrior.
Spyglass is dangerous because that might copy your opponent's Kazakusen and give you
Mm-hmm.
20 treasures instead of 10.
It's the ones you have. No, wouldn't it remove the deck and then make new ones?
Yeah, but by that point, you might empty your deck before the warrior does
Oh,
anything. You're druid. You have
gotcha,
infinite
gotcha.
draw.
Yeah, a Nixia raid boss picked up. So we're gonna see Solar Cenarian Ward here.
Oh no, Solar Moonlit. You just want
Solar
a bunch of
Moonlit. That's so
locusts.
busted. Locust. That's so busted. Yeah, you're right.
There's no reason to go for
Shapeshift.
anything but a ton of locusts, turn after turn after turn, until your opponent can't do anything about it.
Yep. I mean, Warrior does have some legs to start dealing damage that can just go, right to face with the hero power plus the weapon. It's not a lot of damage, but it's enough.
True. There's a locust to the face.
This Rancor is gonna be quite good. So yes, all the armor gets removed, but yeah, it gains it all. But Ariana's gonna gain it all back and more. The shield does nothing, but it doesn't. You could even she could opt for Frozen Buckler here just to clear if she doesn't want to use Rancor, she wants to keep minions alive. But looks
Um,
like we're gonna make sure we gain the maximum armor here.
yeah, I think this is fine. The big threat she's planning for is Raid Boss Onyxia, most likely,
Yes,
which is a
heavy
pretty good
plate just
card.
played for more armor. Yeah, this looks pretty good here for pretty good
Yeah,
for the warrior because minions have to start getting played now, and they're not chipping that. They're chipping 14 armor off, but there's more armor to be gained. Shield,
true.
shield blast or shield shatter will still cost 0 next. Will still cost just under 0 at a measly 1, or at a measly actually still 0 because it's 11s. But shield shatter played
Now, this is a really interesting
attacking
one because this
face.
says, I have a board now. I'm going to kill you if you can't do anything about
Yes. So now what gets done? I'm pretty sure that we just holy book the probably just holy book the Onyxia, I'd say. But we're gonna spyglass. Gets frozen buckler.
it. Does Holy Book work with Onyxia? I don't think it does.
Mm, silence and destroy a minion, summon a 10/10 copy of it.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
immune.
wouldn't it silence and then destroy?
I don't
It's
think you
not
can
immune.
silence immune.
It's not immune to spells, right? It's just immune to. I
I
guess it could be immune to
think.
everything.
I th-
I've never dealt with this interaction before personally, so
yeah, this is a very weird one.
we're gonna see the bulwark picked up, but otherwise, just all this damage is gonna go face, and make sure that it costs an attack. Um,
Yeah?
yeah, make sure that. it costs the extra attack to make sure that Onyxia is removable, but it will be. Um, and then the Holy Book can come down on it after everything's taken care of by the Druid. But it's just
But
is it too little is the main thing. The locusts aren't whelps, so
they're not. Now, a hero power here. No, you don't clear with a hero power. You could just drop Kazakusan and say, maybe I get better treasures than you do.
yeah,
Which
for
isn't that
sure.
hard seeing the treasures the Druid actually got. Krusty's good. Embers of Rengos is
Embers,
great.
Holy Book itself is also solid. The warrior has so many turns is the main thing. The Bulwark of Azeroth just gonna put in so much work.
Yes. Have a lot of
Locust,
time.
Locust, um, Locust would be able to clear up
Yes.
would actually have been able to clear it up, but it would leave the board. It would make sure there's no 20 attackers.
Yeah.
So
And that's it.
pure cold, that's lethal. Yep, there you go. Ariana reverse sweeps on the
Isn't
against the
this a
Kazakhs and Druid.
20%?
I don't know. I actually don't know this matchup
It's
very
not
well.
good.
I've never played this from the Warriors from either side.
I've played this a
Um,
lot from the Warrior. You mostly lose.
okay. So yeah, Ariana getting through 3-2 against Asian PWE will go on to the finals
Against
to face
Nails.
against Nails. Yeah.
Okay, let me prepare the
It's
stream for the final
interesting.
match. We'll stick around with
Yeah,
Ariana.
for sure. So Nails, it's interesting. The Nails Nails' lineup having the still has the Kazakas in Druid deck, but they're running a decently similar lineup besides the aggro Shadow Priest and then Fatigue Lock versus Shaman and Quest Rogue. So it's interesting. Nails' list notably has has a Onyxian Warder in his warrior list. Otherwise very similar to Ariana's. Yeah. Couple more one. It looks like a few extra one ofs and then a couple different two ofs. So it'll be interesting. I'm not sure how these cards affect the matchups if it ever comes into a mirror. Um, I mean, Ariana could just leave up this druid again and try to win that way. Um, or you decide, or maybe looks at Nails' lineup and say that I might be able to beat something else that Nails has, so I'm gonna want, so I can just go ahead and druid. We'll see what their ban strategies
Mm-hmm.
are. What do you think?
Um, okay, just finished setting up.
Okay.
I don't want to see Burn Shaman if I'm Nails, but in general, I don't want to see Burn Shaman. And
Yeah.
I think to complement that, you do have the priest, which means really want to face that rogue.
Priest likes Rogue and Druid for sure out of those two decks.
So does the warlock. So
Yeah.
I think Shaman ban is for sure the case.
Yeah, I think Nails will ban the Shaman. From Ariana's side, there's a couple of bans here. You probably don't ban the Warrior. You can ban really anything is probably not too bad of a ban
I think you
in this
actually ban the
case.
warlock.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see that for sure. Yep, Warlock is banned.
Yeah,
Yeah,
did we get it
Warlock
right?
banned.
Warlock and Shaman?
Warlock and Rogue.
Interesting.
Nails
Was not
bans the
expecting the
Rogue.
rogue.
I wasn't either. Leaving the Burn Shaman up is very interesting. I wonder what the thought process behind it is. Burn Shaman is just solid into every single one of pretty much all of Nails' decks. Maybe it's got a maybe it's the bad matchup into Warrior, I guess, that Nails is looking at.
Maybe.
But Burn Shaman's pretty solid into the Druid, and also is pretty good into the Priest because it just runs a lot of clear.
But the Warrior
But
has just good matchups
yeah,
against. Even Rogue is not that bad for Warrior, and Druid is
yeah,
really good for Warrior.
yeah. So we want to see are they in game? Let's see what they have for
Yep.
decks is
We're starting with
Shaman
Druid
versus
versus Shaman.
Druid. All right. So while my screen bugs out, all right, with Ariana picking a minion. Thank
It
you,
was
game.
Lady Vosh.
Okay, well, I still bugged my screen out. Nails played Cold Tooth Mine. I will be right back into the match, and then we'll get back into the action.
So it isn't letting me spec nails because the client is buggy. Because that
Okay,
never happens.
sure.
So we're going to watch Ariana for a bit.
Okay. Um, yeah, Nails has Kazakusan and Scale of Onyxia and plays Guff on 4 as one would as a druid. He bloomed it out, so he's able to play a few more cards. All right. Ariana just cycling through with wind chills. Does have a pretty decent hand. I maybe a bloom here pickup and Ariana wants to go for the maybe an early Brucon here.
Um,
There's really no reason to go for like Guardian doesn't do too much here. Um, there's not a lot of discovering stuff, but I guess we could. I guess maybe can start. There's no real reason to start chucking burn yet. Um, Nail's just kind of cycling through his deck, drawing cards, making has double the armor already. Really good pickup off the top of Wild Paw Caverns, though, for the Druid.
yes.
Sorry for the Shaman. Kazak is not coming out yet. Cards left in deck for Nails. Nails can probably go one more turn. But we're going to see Kazakuzen actually. Actually, no, we're going to see Scale of Onyxia. My apologies. I can't read what cards are coming out of people's hands.
It's
It's quite
so
difficult.
fast.
Nozstone, everybody. He does play
Yeah.
Moon Touched Amulet.
Yep. Going for the corrupt just to get some armor.
Yeah.
We could see Ariana just going for the pretty good body.
Yeah.
Um,
Freeze is a good body here. We already saw Scale of Onyxia now, so you're not really. You're probably not. You probably wouldn't. It wouldn't be too bad to see the other one, but Nail's gonna drop Kazakuzen on the board. Actually, be able to get treasures and actually draw one. Hill Quel'Dalar, Looming Necro, Embers, Canopic, and Ancient Reflections. Hilt of Quel'Dalar.
um,
Frostbite picked up.
probably just gonna see another freeze.
Yeah. Opposite attack. She opposite attack before activating it, which isn't the end of the world.
I don't know. They're good with.
Representing quite a not representing lethal damage, but does have quite a bit in hand for burn. Necrotic, Poison Blade removes the 10/10 from the board. Solar Cenarian War to put more minions there.
Well, mostly to gain the armor.
In the armor as well, but also two more minions. Finds Troublemaker to his face. So we're looking at damage to clear the board with landslides, which we do have, which will deal 8 damage to the entire board. and be able to play uh, multicaster with coin.
Yeah, this looks like one of those matches. It happens a lot when we're watching Burn Shaman, where you get the board and you're actually not playing for burn. You're playing for just board
Board, yeah.
and win out of board.
Yeah, this is definitely looks like a pretty good board win. Potentially, the Embers of Ragnaros are just going to struggle to hit face, but this will clear minions. Clears a 6/6 notably, and does actually go face one, so not terrible hits.
No,
Brucon is going to be super nice here. Can go for heal plus deal 6. Want to keep your hero power pretty healthy, but gonna go for Earth Invocation instead.
I think Earth Invoke a lot of sense.
Yeah, more taunts on board is good. And Embers of Ragnaros wouldn't be is still difficult time getting there. Oh, finds the deal 6 with this minion living. We're not too far off of just burn killing
No, we're not.
because well, nothing's gonna get to attack through now. Wow,
Ooh,
Canopic Jars plus that.
that's a fun one.
That's an insane pickup for Nails. Gonna get some big minions with Hilt. Just gonna gain extra armor here. We're not like if second zapper gets picked if a second zapper gets picked up here,
Sure
there's
did.
quite a lot of damage. We're gonna trade away though. Ah, okay, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of. It's a lot.
A lot of damage versus a lot of legendaries.
Yeah,
I'm curious
Nails
which
just
legendaries we're going to see.
Lothraxian, Cannon Master Smith, Blood Mage Thalnos, and two more. Kane, Necrotic Poison to kill that. Yeah,
Still, this was pretty bad.
it's almost there. The double bloom makes me think it can happen, right? Lightning Invocation played and Earth Invocation.
Oh, King
Ugh,
Crush!
King Crush.
uh, I know I shouldn't laugh at this, but this is a really fun card. Canopic Jars is a THL stream card more than anything else.
Yeah. Ancient Reflection of King Crush. They're all 1/1s.
Oh, and we're going to see a ton of more
More
legendaries.
legendaries. Oh my goodness. It's this
Oh, this
how
is
cl-
lifesteal.
Wait, where's Lifesteal?
Corvus.
Corvus? Oh yeah,
And that's
but
lethal.
20. Wow. Yeah,
What did
Kazakus
we
and
just
everybody.
watch?
I
What
I'm
happened?
guessing Ariana calc that it just wasn't quite enough damage with even with the blooms
No, it was
in
not.
the
It was
overdraft.
not.
It was close.
It was
I feel
close,
like
but it was not.
I feel like I would have held back. I feel like I would have held back the Blood Mage in hand personally, but I don't know. I once the zappers all once like enough of the build damage minions had died, it was very tough for that deck. It was just kind of tough for it. Burn
Sure.
Shaman, I think, is doesn't have quite the super favored matchup into the Druid deck. In
It does
general,
not. No.
especially Nail. I think, especially because people are starting to even run like Feral. Like we saw Agent running Feral Rage, obviously a slightly different list from Nails.
Oh, he had
Um,
Feral Rage and Cenarian.
yeah, yeah. Agent was really teched was really teching to gain armor or just be able to survive
Yeah.
a lot of things. Um, but yeah, Nails gets his druid through. He only has to win with warrior and priest.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ariana probably could still. Ariana has to decide. Uh, what deck she might want to lead, and so does Nails. Obviously, Nails can go with the priest and say, okay, well, if I hit into the shaman or the warrior, I'm not happy. But if I hit into the other thing, but if I hit in, it's essentially, do I hit into one of the two? Do I hit the 2 out of 3 with the priest, or do I just play the warrior and just kind of hope I'm essentially fine if I play warrior as Nails. 'Cause I don't think that deck has any glaring flaws. I don't know if they're. I guess they haven't selected because my I don't know if my
Oh,
client could be bugged. I
Nails
don't
is
really
taking a
know.
little while to select because he's restarting his client. His client went bad.
Oh,
Hearthstone
gotcha.
client. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I've already restarted 2 or 3 times inspecting these matches.
yep.
Um, but yeah, we are, nails up 1-0 in the grand finals. So here we go, Warrior versus Warrior. Little toss from Ariana, and I don't see Nails' hand quite yet. I probably have to respectate him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it says I have it, but I probably have to reset my client now.
It isn't letting me spectate Nails.
Gotcha. I just exited really fast. I'm gonna hopefully be able to get Nails' hand.
See if you can get it. If not, I'll give up and we're just going to have Ariana's hand. Because
Yeah,
Hearthstone
I have Nails.
decided
I
to.
have Nails'. Yeah, I have Nails' hand.
Okay, so why don't you tell us a bit how the match is going while I restarted the client really fast. Sorry, everyone.
Sure. So nothing. They're both just zero powering because we're on turn 3. Um, Nails. So both players have weapons. Nails has Bulwark of Azeroth, while Ariana has both Outrider's Axe and Bulwark. Um, Notably, Ariana having also Cutting Class with her Outrider's Axe, so we'll be able to start drawing some cards next turn at the discount. Um, Nails picking up Provoke, opts to just play a Nixie and Drake on the board. We're opt to see Cutting Class draw. We've got Sword and Board, which is super nice. Allows Ariana to cleanly remove and draw with Outrider's Axe. Picks up Shield Shatter. All right. Nails trades Provoke. Yeah, I mean, Minefield is pretty dead card in this matchup, so it's okay just to go ahead and throw that out. The coin will be useful to get either an earlier Kazakhstan, and if Kazakhstan is not there, an earlier Anixia potentially.
And the client went bad again.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
client is not liking our good Oplotus Knight here.
No, today it
Meanwhile,
decided.
yeah,
Go ahead, Fish.
no. Meanwhile, Nails is just tossing out all his removal cards because they're not useful in the match. I think Rancor is potentially pretty useful later on, but
That's
No Kazakhstan for Nails, but Ariana did just draw hers.
it is.
Um,
This is just a whoever draws it first wins.
yeah, if Nails draws it this turn, then he's in a really solid spot. Ariana could even maybe drop a Blade Storm here. But I still think that like because of Onyxia being in both players' decks, they do have to be somewhat aware of things. So Nails does not draw Kazakhstan, so Nails will not be able to play it this next turn. Very likely just gonna have to maybe even play a 5 mana Cutting Class here. Um, Opposite just throw out a Shield Shatter instead. Just gonna get rid of removal cards. Now Ariana can decide whether or not it's time to play Kazakhstan, and it is. It is indeed always time to play Kazakhstan on 8 in this matchup.
Oh yeah.
Locusts.
Pure cold.
Pure Cold seems to be pretty good. I think she picked Puzzle Box.
I
Book
think
of the
so too.
Dead. Oh, Embers is solid. Now there's Book as well picked up. I don't know. Book won't cost as much because there's not minions played.
Well, there's going to be a Boom,
Onyxia.
Dr. Boom's thingy and Onyxia,
Oh.
both of which say book is free.
Is there Doctor? She didn't pick Doctor Boom though.
Didn't?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought she did. There are
Wax
Wax
Rager,
Ragers and
Wax
Locusts.
Rager, Puzzleback, Loki. Yeah, you're right. It'll get picked up. Rokara picked up for Nails. Wax Rager, so can start the process of making book cost less.
And just put a minion that's never gonna die.
Yeah. Nails just wants to keep this armor clean without getting rid of his own armor. Um, Outrider's Axe as well is pretty good. You see Grand Slam go face here. Minefield to remove the Wax Rager. I think
No, that
it
was
only
just a
it
demo
only triggers
card.
once. Raid Boss Onyxia coming down.
Makes sense.
So this is good.
Um,
It's pretty good. It gives minions that can get removed for Ariana's book to cost less. Rancor will give armor.
yeah, and enough armor to
So
kill
well,
Onyxia quite
so
easily.
yeah, enough armor to kill Onyxia definitely. This looks like a pretty decent spot for Nails, but he just doesn't have Kazakhstan in place yet, so he's not gaining these really powerful treasures while
Well,
Ariana is.
and there's Locusts. Um, Nails is pretty much ahead at this point. It's going to be. It takes a few treasures. If there's no
Mhm.
Kazakhstan in the next one or two turns, this might be game.
Yeah.
Plus, even if you get Kazakhstan, do you have the time to play it? Right now, you do,
My
but
guess is he probably does. Yeah, there's Kazakhstan. Does he have the time to play it this turn? No, he's just gonna probably take the armor and play Kazakhstan next turn. Because Shield Shatter will cost nothing, so I guess you go ahead and do that.
yeah. But you know what's coming up again? Locust.
Locust and Book of the Dead. Armor is completely removed now from Nails.
Yeah. Um, you can keep the
And
Book of the Dead in hand if you want.
yeah, I think Book of the Dead in hand, keeping it is fine. Gonna armor up. Not gonna use the final charge yet of Outrider's Axe. Kazakhstan coming out now. Reflection. Gnomish Army Knife. Booms. Yeah, Rager as well in Locusts.
Now,
So Nails, I think Nails gets slightly better treasures here because of Doctor Boom.
does, but he gets them second.
Hmm.
That's the big issue.
Yeah, Embers lethal.
He's dead.
Embers is lethal.
That means Ariana's warrior goes through after a
Yeah,
fun mirror.
yeah, super interesting mirror.
I
So
can't
it's
help but
now
like
tied
this
up.
card. I know Kazakus has some bad problems, but oh, it's so much fun.
Like I think in Warrior, it's fantastic. I
Yes.
like because I think the one thing that really I think I might like Kazakusan more once all of the broken Druid ramp cards besides Guff rotates because Guff is extremely strong.
Oh, Guff should
Um,
rotate, but well, Guff is too
no,
good. You lose the
yeah,
game whenever you play Guff.
I think Guff will get nerfed post rotation at some point. It
Guff
just
is a
depends on,
dangerous one.
but it's also good. But I think I think Guff without like because it's not going to be able to come down on one in the next meta because no Lightning Bloom. But regardless, we're into the next game. It is Shaman versus Priest. Yeah, let's see if the
Okay.
Shaman gets their early clears. And there's a landslide. It's good for
Nice.
dealing with a decent chunk of cards. Nails does have Trog on one though.
Yeah. And he's
So we'll
probably just
see.
going to drop it.
Definitely. Trog is definitely a solid card to play. Shaman doesn't okay, we have a disconnect.
Hearthstone client. It's
Eh,
decided not to
could be
work.
could be the yeah, I know that I think last time we spec nails there was a disconnect. Um maybe Nails' internet is being a little bit spotty tonight, unfortunately, but I think fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Ops for Cobalt Geomancer.
This is a clear next turn.
Yes. Let's see what Nails opts to do. He's just gonna opt to hero power.
Fair.
Mhm. But yeah, we
Round room. You see the Geoman followed by the landslide.
Yep, I like the ordering.
Oh yeah.
The coin first. It doesn't matter how many trogs are on the board, they all die.
Pretty much.
We're gonna likely see draw plus trade. Um uh, yeah. See what we draw. Get multicaster. Pretty good. That's pretty solid. Wild Paw Cavern's next turn is also extremely good, but Mancrick
Yes.
off the top for Nails. Nails is gonna start pushing some damage here. Wild Paws might be a little. My turn to be a little slow, so might want to go for like Novice Zapper plus the Serpent Shrine Portal on the 3/4 here.
Yeah.
Remove it, gain some board.
The only problem of this play is that it opens quite heavily now.
Yes, that is true. You overload for 2. Oh, hits Fair Arborist. That's like the probably that might be the worst. That might be the worst added 3 drop in the game. But
Um,
Benedictus comes in.
I don't think it's the worst, but it's not in the very far from the top half.
Yeah. So probably just gonna be forced to bloom out. Okay, we're gonna bloom out draw, and this should draw 3 cards for Nails.
Yeah.
Maybe he gets an over. Oh, if he got an overdraft here, that would have been so good. Takes a guild trader with that.
Photograph.
Wife picked up Mancrick consumed with hatred picked up, and that's a wriggling horror. This priest is just gonna be able to keep the damage and the pressure, and as long as the priest gets to that 6 damage mark without being able to play without being without healing from the shaman, then Smite can just kind of end the game. But looks
Yeah.
like we're probably gonna see Bloom. We're gonna see the attacks come in, and then we're gonna see Snowfall Guardian. And this is where things start to slightly turn around for the shaman.
Well, the Guardian
But
is going to get stolen.
oh, it is. Najak is gonna take it. That's I don't even. I mean, hmm. Yeah, Najak is a really good pickup for the shaman. I don't know if the shaman's gonna have the ability to clear it now. Actually, you probably just have to go for the guild. You're dead regardless. You have to trade
Well, you have to
Nas guild.
freeze.
Oh yeah, you have to freeze. You're right, Macaw.
Um,
16 on board. Smite plus hero power puts the shaman to 1.
yeah.
Brucon, Frostbite.
Is
It's
not
so
enough.
so close. Gonna Yeah.
Yeah.
So the priest gets through on the shaman.
The question is, where you go? Nails.
Yeah, that's for sure. The warrior should have a pretty okay time into the burn shaman.
Agreed. Um,
Client.
and this is also an aggro druid. Oh, we're gonna have to restart.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it sit because last time they just were really. Last time it was delayed and the players picked classes pretty fast, and so it just loaded me into the game eventually.
It did not work last time for me, but that's fine. The client has been,
Also, nails. There was a disconnect during the game. I'm just gonna close client out, I guess.
yeah.
Oh man,
At least they're not playing patches.
Yep, this isn't wild. That's next. That's next week.
Has that been fixed?
Nope.
Oh, great.
That'll never. That I guarantee you. We'll be playing. We'll be playing in X amount of years, and patches will still bug the spectator client, unless they do a different unless they do a complete client overhaul for the game.
Or if they bring patches back to standard.
They're never
No,
gonna
that
do
would be
that.
very dumb.
No, pirate. You don't like. I know that like Quest Warrior had his time in the sun for a little bit. It's fine now. It's all fine. I'm okay not seeing Quest Warriors that curve out on me every single game.
Isn't it still the best deck in Wild?
No. Pirate Quest Pirate Warrior, I don't. Yeah, I think by tempo, I think Storm it's a tier 1 deck in Wild for sure. But I'm
Fair.
saying in standard. Like Pirate Warrior is very exploitable and it's still pretty exploitable in standard or exploitable in Wild if you play cuz like it just loses to like heavy control decks. It
Fair.
just loses to like control combo decks like yeah, anything that like especially Warlock you just run Defile and you beat it.
Fair. Is the file that good into Fire Warrior?
Yeah, it's really good cuz Pirate Warrior unless they get early yeah, unless they get like early what's the word? Like you can get early cards for it, but
Mm-hmm.
honestly, you can get an early South Sea captain, and that is really strong. But yeah, generally, But anyways,
Yeah.
uh, we're seeing aggro druid versus warrior, and
Aggro Druid
um,
does its thing. It is starting
yeah,
hot.
definitely the peasant getting removed by the minefield is nice for nails. Um, I
Yeah.
don't like. I
I
don't
think they have to drop the
necessarily.
Oracle.
Yeah, I guess you do.
Oracle and Hope is.
I think so too. But realistically, even with the Oracle, it's gonna be difficult because the hand's kind of clunky. You do have Claw Fairy add up next turn. You can make you can make a couple 2/3s, and you can
Yeah.
composting the board. Armor plate plus arm or heavy plate plus shield slam will end that. Um,
Adorable would be pretty good here. Not Nas.
nah, Nas isn't great here.
The only good part about Nas is that it activates your Drekthar if you get it soon.
Yeah, for sure. This is such a warrior favored matchup. Um,
Oh yeah.
but then again, warrior was favored into the rest of the decks that Ariana had because deck gains too much armor for Burn Shaman to win.
Yes.
Hmm.
And we get. Oh, please don't play. Please don't play it. No. And we'll be right back, folks. Another time.
My client plug. Did my client bug out?
Mine bugged out.
Oh my gosh, this game.
It's back, Mule.
Oh, it was mule bug. Oh,
Mule
okay.
bug. Yep.
Oh no.
Please don't draw the other mule. Okay, good.
I
The
like to see
little
mule.
things.
I like seeing mule off of it.
Mulligan?
I like seeing mule off of Drekthar because that means that it wasn't drawn by the
True.
at least as a spectator. As a player, you don't mind having pack mule.
Yeah, fine. I mean, if they had this bug that they have for spectator for players, really bad.
Hmm.
Plus, it would be so exploitable.
So Ariana's gonna get to make a pretty sizable board here.
Which is going to get cleared pretty easily. Yes.
Yeah. Um. The brawl is probably forced here.
Oh no.
No.
No. You can just go Rokara. You can go Arm.
Oh yeah, armor.
You have so many ways.
We're using shield slam on that to go
Yeah.
for shield shatter. Yeah. Okay.
So all the Trogs with
Yeah.
Shatter. Noz Trog.
I think we. I was wondering if we'd see Nas and just provoke there instead, but this is fine. He Nails can take the damage and force 8 damage into Ariana's face with the Nas,
Yeah.
and it removes the minion afterwards.
Plus, there's a Rancor there. Good in this matchup.
Yeah, I think that this is now just at such a bad spot. Because this is realistically the final game, we're probably not going to see a super early concede. We'll wait until there's absolutely nothing left to be played. But I think I think if a brawl comes out here, it's pretty much yeah. I mean, you can even Kazakhazin, but I think Kazakhazin too slow. You just want to send everything into face.
You can just
Gonna
provoke
go
Noz.
Nas provoke, yeah, Nas provoke, and that's pretty much it
Yeah,
at this
your
point.
opponent needs. Yeah, this is better than I. Doesn't matter, but it's better than I thought.
Yeah, brawl is just super strong here.
Or just
Only one
Rancor
minion will
Minefield.
survive. Yeah, Rancor minefield. He's gonna minefield first, which
It's fine.
yeah now doesn't allow Rancor to full. Wouldn't be a super full clear, but now it would be yeah hero power plus that. So Ariana's gonna concede, and it looks like
Ooh.
Nails has completed his victory of the tournament.
Yeah. Is this a surprising win?
No. I think both I think the three competitors that we had our eye on as the strongest three players um they all made it to the court. They all made it to semifinals, and then Agent and Ariana had to take one of them had to get taken out, and Ariana won. And Nails never went to 5 in a single series. I was I
True.
was hoping that it would go to 5 in this series. Um, but there we go, Nails with the win
I am bringing
overall.
Nails here for a very special winner.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, first of all, congratulations, Nails, on
Hello,
Hey, Nails.
what's up?
congratulations on winning the tournament.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Pretty good. Now this is a lot of fun. Um,
Yeah.
I based told me that the tournament was happening like 15 minutes before it started, and so I threw together a lineup, which was just kind of 4 decks, honestly. That sort of kind of wanted to be okay in aggro, but I also had Nozdruid because I just really enjoy the deck. Yeah,
Mhm.
Fair.
it's Hearthstone. It was a good time.
Nice.
Mhm.
So I want to ask you a few questions. Um, the first thing I want to ask you is where did you, when you were building your lineup, you said that mostly you brought decks you liked and decks that were good into aggro. Did you expect the field for THL to be very aggro heavy?
I mean, it's like an easier uh, class of decks, or like an easier. The game plans are generally simpler, so I thought that that's what people would be comfortable bringing.
Especially with
Um,
Nas, where you don't have as much time to
yeah,
think.
or not specifically. That would be more aggro. Just that's I thought that's what the field would have more of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I think the warrior bring was really smart in that regards.
yeah, Pee Wee and Heat Shock had it as well, and um,
Yeah,
yeah, it just
Ariana
makes a lot
actually.
of sense in this format.
Yeah, and Ariana also
Oh
had
yeah,
the deck.
Ariana did as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, wasn't I'm curious what are the stats for probably actually it's the second most brought class or most played class. Behind Druid.
yeah,
It's
Druid's
based
just generally pretty good right now.
There was different
Mm.
types of druids too, which was cool. I think all three major versions of druid were brought
yes.
today because heat shot brought beast druid. People brought aggro druid with the Drekthar, which I thought was interesting, seeing as its interaction with Nozdormu is negative synergy. And then cause then a bunch of Kazakhstan druids.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was also surprised to see Drekthar Druid. More than one of my opponents had it, but Ariana clearly knew what she was doing because she had active Drekthar in multiple games of the semifinals. Um,
Yes,
Yeah?
so yeah, that's
just draw
really funny.
Nods and then Drexar.
Um
It's really really funny, honestly.
Definitely, yeah.
so I wanna ask you, Nails, is there any different strategy that you think of when you're thinking Nas during the match?
Um, I mean, like it's still Hearthstone games. Like there was one game where I had to play a cold tooth and I was looking for scales, and if I like things got really bad if I hit Nas, but it was a 2 and 3 to hit scales, and I hit scales, and so that was nice. But otherwise, like I don't know, fungal fortunes interactions with Nas or hitting it off when the guidance is bad. Um,
Sure.
it's an extra provoke target in the warrior. I don't know, like the games themselves are just Hearthstone games, and as for playing faster, like just fell back on instincts mostly, and trusted that my instincts would be able to carry me.
Yeah.
And
The hardest part
I
is having to do lethal math.
um
Oh, yeah.
for counting lethals, it's I guess none of the games that I had really had complex lethals that I had to figure out.
Mhm.
Actually, okay, the game that you missed, Lotus, in the finals was really sick. Feech can attest to that, I assume, but
Yes.
they had a cool lethal in that game that
Nice.
I'm assuming Lotus is the streamer, and so the stream didn't catch it.
Yes, Lotus was the
No.
streamer, yeah.
We tried, but the
Uh,
client was not cooperating tonight.
Yeah. I'd have to gosh.
uh,
Was it
I mean, I
game
can pass the
1?
replay because it was actually pretty sick.
Nice.
I think I should be
Okay.
able to pass the replay.
I
Yeah.
should also have it because I had my client going.
You should post the
I should
replay in chat.
Yeah,
sure. It was pretty
I'm
cool.
uploading it.
Yeah.
Or if you have the replay from both sides, that's probably a better spec.
Mhm. I should have it from
Um,
both sides cuz I was running my deck tracker. It was
um,
oh, I only have a couple. Some of the games didn't complete. Was it
Yeah,
okay,
because there
I'll
were.
see if I have my full on because like I think this was probably the best game of the tournament.
okay? Cool.
And so the
Sure.
stream should be
It
able to at
was
least.
you. Yeah, you found some. I remember you finding a pretty neat complex lethal. Yeah, Druid versus Shaman. Oh yeah, that game was nutty. Yeah, yeah. You played so many canopic jars this game.
I sure did.
Oh yeah,
Um,
the crush lethal, the crush.
that's spoilers.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
we did see it happening. It was
Oh,
beautiful.
you guys saw the lethal for
Yeah.
that game?
Yeah. No,
Oh,
Lotus
sick.
was there.
We just
Lotus should
couldn't
have been
see
there for that.
you. We saw
Oh,
the other side.
Ariana, yeah, I saw Nails' side, but Lotus could
Oh,
only spec
okay,
Ariana that
okay,
game.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. If stream saw it, then that's fine. Okay, I just
Stream
wanted to make
saw it.
sure the
Yeah, yeah,
stream
yeah.
saw
No,
it.
it
Stream.
was very
Okay,
beautiful. I'll know
Oh
that
my
much.
gosh. Yeah.
okay.
So many
Oh, it
random
was. Yeah, you
legendaries.
did it, and then you were able to embers. Yeah,
Yep.
embers. Yep.
Had to
Um,
trade off a bunch of board, and I had to get a rusher off of my random legendaries. I wasn't
Mhm.
sure if I was dead the next turns. Like in the immediate aftermath, I thought, wait, I didn't have to jars, but yeah, I
no,
wasn't lethal with that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
you were very far from dead, but there was no way of
Yeah.
knowing
Ah,
that.
okay. Yeah, like I was on 26 health and a burn shaman with 10 mana can do a lot of stuff.
Oh,
So
they can
Yeah.
very often lethal you, but they actually had no burn.
There was
okay,
almost enough. There wasn't a lot of burnt cards. There was a lot of overload,
Yeah.
but just not a lot of
okay.
necessary burn. So yeah, I think a good draw potentially could have done it, but I'm not even sure about that.
I think it would take
Fair enough.
at least.
Gotcha.
That said, as a final question before, or two final questions before we end our show tonight, Nails, I saw you snooping around the shop. Do you know what you're going to get with your 10 gold?
Your car.
Haven't decided yet. Like I was just I don't ever actually spend money on the game, and so I don't know what $10 can get me. Um,
Ah.
Sure.
so I think it's just gonna be like packs for my EU account
I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
getting the
Yeah.
Lion
or
King Anduin. It looks so cool.
cosmetics are not a priority of mine.
That's
No
fair.
disrespect to the people who
Yeah. Yeah.
value
Building up your EU
cosmetics.
account is good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well,
currently
That's
what I plan
definitely
on doing.
good. Yeah.
um, any final shout outs you want to give Nails?
I mean, shout outs to Base for telling me to sign up for the tournament.
Nice.
Couldn't have done it without you. And
And
shout outs to Max because he's been specking in stream. At least we're part of this. So if he's still around, you're a
Yeah.
good
Shout
captain,
outs.
even if we didn't do so hot this season.
Yeah. Shout outs to Geranium and I see MMW in the chat as well. So shout outs to him. My buddy Ogre for coming in and giving me a why people happy.
nice. Um, I want
And
to
of
take
course,
this.
thanks to you guys for casting.
Yes. Well, thank you for playing. Thank you everybody for playing.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone who played on the tournament tonight. I won't read all names because it's late, but thank you all for playing. It's always appreciated. We love having you on stream. If you want to play on stream, you can hit Fish, you can hit Saku, you can hit me, you can hit Wild9. We are looking for people,
Please don't.
especially in playoff times.
But please don't actually hit us. Just hit us up. I don't want to get
Well,
hit.
or both. If that is what we
Oh
need to get a
gosh.
match on stream.
Oh
Here in the rough.
gosh. I have to get smacked.
Um, and also, if you want to check more of Nails, he will be joining us on Heart Center tomorrow. We're having Nails,
Ooh.
Agent PWE, Neji Boston,
Oh my
and
gosh.
Dardar in a very special show to talk about the first or the final week and as playoffs begin. So everyone will get a chance to say who they think is going to make the next week and who's going to win playoffs.
It should be a great time.
Yeah, that'll be a great show.
Oh yeah, I'm very
I'm
excited.
kind of jealous I don't get to be on the show.
Well, if you want to see Fish, Tavern Talk is back, I believe, on Wednesday,
Or be back on Wednesday, yeah.
and Wild and Out will be in on Thursday. So check us out then. Um, as always, I hope everyone has a good night, and I want to, before we leave, just a super super special thanks to Dr. Fish for casting here with me, and for Based Inc. for organizing everything. As always, thank you, Based. And that
This
is
is great.
and that's it. Us. Congratulations one more time, Nails, and later.